Good morning. Had a pretty good sleep here at Kentucky Camp last night. I did hear these cyclists were going to get up at 4 a.m. and I did hear their alarm going off. But for the most part, slept very good. Cowboy camped on the porch. There were, let's see, on the porch we had like 5 hikers and maybe 4 cyclists, and there were several tents kind of around back. So I think there was about a dozen of us here last night. But all in all, very good night. And today, after looking at plans going into Vail, which is our next town stop in a couple days, and the water situation and all that, looks like we're going to have 2 fairly easy days, today and tomorrow, and then just a short day into Vail. And Stealth has already arranged with like a trail angel there. I don't know if it's really a trail angel. She has like an Airbnb that she rents out rooms. And then she'll pick you up at the trailhead. So there's someone she found, I think, on Far Out or one of the Facebook groups, and got that all reserved and get that figured out. So all there is to do now is get ready to go hiking. We put our water bottles in the freezer last night, so we're leaving out with 1 bottle of ice, which should be nice in this heat. All right, farewell to Kentucky Camp. And here's the building here that you can rent. And it says bed and no breakfast. So this was, like I said, a very good night. And Stealth was just finishing up. She'll be coming behind me. Hal left maybe 2 minutes ahead of me. And then the 2 ladies that we were with also, I don't remember both of their names. I know the one's trail name was on the level, and we joked that the other one's was off the level, but I don't recall what her real name was. So they all are ahead of us. Like I said, the cyclists left really early. We were looking at the water cache situation with the most updated Far Out comments. Plus, there were some people that came in last night said they had just put in 10 gallons in each of the water caches. They were just trail angels that refilled water. So there should be more than enough water there. But I went ahead, after learning our lesson the other night, I carried more water than I needed. So I could get to 2 water caches if I had to without too much trouble. So yeah, we're going to get to the first water cache. It's like 7-ish from here, or 6-ish, I don't remember which. And then there's another cache that's like 13.2 from here. And I think we're probably just going to camp at that one. That way we'll be there for nighttime and morning water. And then I guess just that's how we have to do it here. The water has to dictate everything. So I'm going to go ahead and say bye for now because I need to figure out how to open this gate. So this is the gate I was figuring out how to open, but this is not the trail. Luckily I checked Far Out before I got too far. I think the trail was the road back there. So I have to go back. Just a little before 8 a.m. And as you can see, it is very cloudy today. We haven't really seen any clouds at all. And this is nice. It's a little bit cool and breezy. I don't know how long it'll last, but I sure hope it'll last a while. There's so many baby calves. Little one up there getting a drink of water. Got up here on this high point, had some really good cell signal. So I stopped for a few minutes and caught up on some YouTube comments, and my goodness, this is just incredible. It is 10:30 a.m. It has gotten a good bit warmer since this morning, but there's still enough clouds that there's moments of shade, and it's not nearly as hot as yesterday yet, but it's only 10:30 in the morning. We have gone, 6.7 from camp already, and then there's the first water and 0.6 from here. So I will stop there, probably have a fairly lengthy break to get some water, because then that's already over half of our planned day. So I'll wait at the water for a while, and I know everybody that I was camped with, I passed the ones that left before me, they were all taking breaks. So I don't know if everybody will change plans or what. I think that so far this morning has been just very easy and lovely. There was one decent climb, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty gradual. And there's been so much just like open walking with big views. And I've had an audiobook on that kind of just makes the time fly by. So, I don't know. It's been, the last couple days have just been pretty great. And I still would love to have like a Coke and a hamburger though. Like some real old-fashioned trail magic. Some AT style trail magic would be really good today. But I don't think that's going to happen. All right, you can see the road. The water cache is right here. And this is going to be my break spot. All right, had a very long morning break. I think I was there probably an hour and 20 minutes. It's a little bit after noon now. Stealth and I and Hal have all been there for a little over an hour. They're getting ready. I'm walking now. But we looked at all the water situations and what our plans are for the next town. And we're really just better off not going any further than this next water cache. So yeah, we have 5.9 or something is all today. So I said I was going to go another 2 or 3 and find a spot for lunch. And they told me to find a spot that, let me see if I get this right. Loads of shade, bird songs, no ants, a glorious view, and with a river running by. And I told him I thought I could come up with a place like that if all but the river. So I think I'm going to disappoint, but I'm going to go try to find us a spot for yet another break. I didn't take too long of a break there, but I had lunch. Been walking for a few minutes now. And look at this big view. My goodness. This trail went from like blah to gorgeous in a couple days' time. Alrighty, so it is just 1.3 up to this next water cache now, and it's only like 2:30 in the afternoon. So I don't know, I'm gonna be at where we're supposed to camp by 3 p.m. It's gonna be kind of early, given that it's gotten pretty warm now. But I mean, our only other option would have to be to take enough water for tonight and all day tomorrow, and we would only go. We couldn't do like too much further, and then because we have a planned pickup and a reservation at like a hostel the next night, so we're kind of just where we are right now with the situation with where the roads are, where the water is, and things like that. One thing I was thinking today on the AT or the PCT, I didn't really listen to music or podcasts or anything like that for I think at least the first couple months of both trails. And I started listening to an audiobook like on day 3 on this trail. So, I mean, I don't know. There is a lot of walking that's just like a grind. And I don't know if you could tell, this is just like a dry old riverbed that I'm crossing right now. There are times where we have these big, beautiful views, but it is just a lot of walking through extremely dry, dead. I guess it's not dead, it just appears to be dead because it's so dry. Yeah, it's just a different kind of thing. When we were stopped earlier, Stell said that she had been thinking that she could literally go to the airport in Tucson and just fly to Hawaii because she's just on this time off between 2 jobs. And she's like, yeah, I could literally just go to Hawaii and spend time. But I don't think she's going to do that at this point. We were all talking about, her and Hal and I, that we were really looking forward to Saguaro and the beautiful stuff that lies ahead. But yeah, I don't know. It hasn't been hard today or really yesterday. It's been really just a nice cruisy walk. So hopefully there's some good campsites up here. And you know, there is part of this that it's kind of nice to have some long leisurely evenings, especially when the other day we didn't get stopped till 10 p.m. You know, it just kind of gives and takes. Today is the first full week, and we'll be at, I don't know, 90 something miles today, and we'll hit 100 miles tomorrow. So 100 miles by day 8. I mean, that's not setting any speed records, of course, but it's decent. And then, you know, at some point I'll start ramping up the miles, but right now it's just kind of taking things how it goes, and I'm on no timeline either way. So I'm just doing what feels right and most enjoyable at the time. And right now things are feeling pretty good and light, and trail's not feeling too hard, getting some good views. So, you know, I feel like I'm rambling, and I'm sure I am. But this is just to give you some insight into what it's like to thru hike. You literally have hours and hours every day alone in your head to think and overthink things. Maybe that's why I've started the audiobook earlier this time. Could have drowned that out. A bit of shade. All right, I got here to the water cache. There's tons of flat places and put up tents, but there is very little shade. I think I'll probably just set stuff down for now, and in little patches of shade. We'll probably all have to huddle in the patches of shade while there's shade. I'm gonna set my stuff down here in this shade and then go on the other side of the road. See if I can find any kind of good spots. It's not that close.
Point his head at you. It's quite cool. Seriously. But if he's making that noise, it's because he's stressed though.
All right, it is about 5 o'clock, and we've been here at this camp for a couple hours, and we were just all kind of in little spots of shade at the time, and I had earbuds in listening to a book laying down, and I heard the rattlesnake rattle, and a couple of people were like, "Did you guys hear that?" And the rattlesnake had come right into a big pile of brush right near us. So that was the first rattlesnake of trail. That's pretty cool. And now the sun's kind of set a little bit, and we've all kind of found spots to put our tents up away from where the rattlesnake was. So yeah, I'm all set up now. I need to take a little bit of a bath and wipe down, and I need to cook my dinner, and probably hopefully an early night's sleep. All right, dinner is done. Doesn't that look good? Chicken ramen with dehydrated vegetables that I had added with it. So I'm looking forward to eating that once it cools off a little bit. All right, dinner has been had, teeth have been brushed, and the sun has set, and it's time to lay down. So today was another good day. I've already mentioned this, just doing shorter days this stretch, and just taking it as it comes with the water in different situations. Try not to overdo it, because I think we probably did a little too much that first couple. And then the day we had our hike until 10 p.m. with no water, we're just trying to be a little smarter, at least for a couple days, you know. Now we are at this spot. Same people we were camped with last night. Stealth is here, Hal is here, and the two ladies that are section hiking. So when we had all been just lounging and that snake showed up, everybody kind of went to figure out where they were putting their tents up. Stealth had already gone back, and I didn't realize there was like a big like juniper type tree between our tents. So she had been sitting in her tent before I had put mine up. So when I went over there to talk to her about something, she said, "Where did you put your camp up?" I didn't realize she couldn't see because of that tree. I'm like, "I'm just right there." She said, "Are you within shouting distance?" I said, "Well, if the rattlesnake comes, don't be shouting for me. I'll come video you screaming or something." No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we're all here. Good night. I am ready to lay down and listen to my book. I have never listened to an audiobook this much, this quickly in a trail. I'm not even really tired. I don't feel like the last couple days have been, at least the last 2 days have not really been all that much exertion, I don't believe. But it's good. We'll get 100 miles in tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that because that's, I don't know. Once you get 100 miles, the 100 mile marker always kind of hits a little bit for some reason. But enough of this rambling. I'm going to bed, y'all. Have a good night.